You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the Denver Broncos. We got some Russell Wilson. We got some Jarrett Stidham. We got a Broncos legend crushing Russell Wilson into dust and comparing his play to Jarrett Stidham's. I don't know what to tell the people that keep defending Russell Wilson. Sean Payton's system wasn't working out for Russell. They had to make a decision. They gave him an opportunity to rework his deal, and I notice a lot of people, and let's be real, we don't normally kind of get into this stuff on this channel, but there is a race aspect to this. Sean Payton did sign and start Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston really and truly fits into Sean Payton's system better than Jarrett Stidham. Jameis is more of a timing and rhythm quarterback, and now he throws too many interceptions. But even Sean Payton got Jameis's interceptions down while he was there. Should be noted, Jameis improved under Sean Payton. Just throwing that out. So we've also got a legendary NFL insider, a guy that's been in the game probably longer than anybody, that's come out and made a bold prediction for the Denver Broncos and their starting quarterback. But let's get to Russell Wilson screwing the Denver Broncos. Yeah, I'm just saying it. He's screwing them. All right, and I'm sure the Russell Wilson supporters are saying, well, Sean screwed. Well, look, if Russell could have run the offense, he'd still be playing. If he'd renegotiated his contract, there's still a chance he'd be playing. I bet he wouldn't because he wasn't running the offense well enough, but you never know. So this lets me know exactly how bad Russell Wilson doesn't want to go to another team. He just wants to sit back, Cadillac, and cash a check. Boy, that gives you some Deshaun Watson vibes, doesn't it? I'm just saying. Kind of interesting here. Per ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, Wilson is unlikely to do, quote, any favors for the Broncos, including waiving his no-trade clause if it helps the team get out from his contract with a smaller dead cap hit than it would face if he was released. Head coach Sean Payton announced last week that Wilson was being benched for the final 2 games of the season, with Jarrett Stidham taking over as a starter. So Russell Wilson doesn't want to go play anywhere else and actually have to take the field to make his money? Is that what's going on here? Because that's what it sounds like. He's unwilling to waive his no-trade clause. He wants to be released. And he's still going to screw the Broncos because there's offset language on this contract situation where I'm sure he's going to end up signing with some other team for $3 million and let the Broncos eat the rest of the contract. I mean, where I come from, getting paid to do nothing is, well, chicken shit. But okay, that's just my opinion. Maybe that's me and my work ethic, but it is what it is. That's all there is to it. So enter in a multi-time Super Bowl champion, one of the great offensive linemen that played for the Redskins, played for the Broncos. He's a Broncos legend, none other than Mark Schlereth, Stink, a guy that calls games, a guy that looks at a hell of a lot of film, and a guy that has obviously been around a hell of a lot of quarterbacks and broken down a lot of quarterbacks over the years. A guy that, and I've seen people attacking Mark Schlereth over this interpretation of what happened the other day, and people are accusing Mark Schlereth of not even watching the game. There's no way in hell that's happened. Not a chance. I mean, you want to talk about one of the guys with one of the highest levels of integrity probably involved with this. Sorry, Mendenhall, but this actual ex-player is good at his job. So let's get to this.
I will guarantee you one thing. If Russ would have played in that game, he'd have taken 7 sacks. As opposed to, I think, the 2 that they took? I think 1. I think he took 1 sack in that game. I thought Stidham operationally was much better. And then pocket awareness. And here's the crazy thing. We're sitting here pissing and moaning, and we got a fan base of, like I said, chicken littles out there that are all, oh my gosh, oh, it was so much better, the sarcasm. Dude started, 3 games versus 12 years of starting, and he was better operationally. He was better pocket awareness-wise, and plus, Jerry Jeudy dropped a couple in the first quarter. You had Troutman drop one. I think Johnson dropped one as well. Listen, man, put the ball where it was supposed to go. Avoided sacks. That in and of itself right there, just that aspect, the operational aspect, was much better under Stidham than it has been under Russ. Sorry.
Okay. And, Mark Schlereth can get kind of raw. He understands there's a segment of Russell Wilson shills out there losing their minds right now. But he just said it. Up, down, side to side, pocket, in pocket mobility and awareness with Jarrett Stidham is better than Russell Wilson. He runs the offense. I said yesterday, read, out. Read, out. He's getting the ball, timing and rhythm, where it needs to go in running Payton's offense instead of doing one read and then pulling the ball down and taking off or holding on to the ball too long. The offenses ran to avoid sacks. Russell was taking sacks. He was fumbling the ball. He was doing all these things that is going to drive a veteran, legendary coach, future Hall of Fame coach like Sean Payton up a tree. And he makes a very good point. Jarrett Stidham was in his, 3rd or 4th game? Russell Wilson started 12 years. Again, these are all things that drove Pete Carroll and John Snyder nuts. Nuts. I mean, don't you think it's odd that they wanted him out of town years before he was actually traded? They just finally got somebody to actually take him, George Payton, who's probably going to lose his job over it. So, let's get over to legendary insider Peter King. Guy's been around forever. My God. I remember when he was very young, John Madden, I think he was the first person that John Madden ever actually had on the bus. And he did a big story on John Madden. We're talking like 30, 35 years ago. I saw some video of it not long before Thanksgiving, maybe last year, I think. And it was pretty interesting involving Peter King. Now, I don't agree with a lot of Peter King's stances, but he certainly knows a lot of people, and I'm sure he's quite aware of what it is that Sean Payton is going to do, all right? As in, he can pick up the phone and scroll down to Sean Payton and call him and talk to him, And, yeah, Sean Payton has taken a call from Peter King, I'm sure. So Peter King recently laid the expectation that Jarrett Stidham will open the 2024 season as the team's starting quarterback, replacing Russell Wilson, who's likely to be released in March. Quote, unless Jarrett Stidham absolutely stinks in the last 2 weeks, he's already played one of these 2 games he's talking about, I believe the Broncos will enter 2024 with Jarrett Stidham as their quarterback and see what happens. King said on December 29th via Broncos Wire. Quote, they'll bring somebody else in to pair him with. I can see it. And he made this call prior to that Chargers game the other day. And he would go on to say, quote, Sean Payton confirmed that Stidham's play can and will influence Denver's future under center. We are constantly evaluating how they can play, and then it would definitely carry over to how we feel about next year relative to their role. The answer would be yes. Payton said Monday, I think these are important snaps and games for him. It should be noted, and we know how this didn't work out for Josh McDaniels because we cover the Raiders on this channel. He wanted Stidham back, but he didn't sign him because he thought he was getting Tom Brady. He wouldn't have signed Jimmy Garoppolo. Stidham was his second choice. It was Tom, then Jarrett Stidham, and then Jimmy G. And then Sean Payton swooped in, and as part of sweetening that package, hey, I think you can run my offense. You will eventually have a shot to win this job or get this job. And he did. Right here, you're seeing this. And that's how I came to, to understand that Sean Payton was going to eventually give Jarrett Stidham this job. I think this is a quarterback the Patriots gave up on too soon. By the way, he threw for like 343 against the Niners last year. So, something ridiculous. I think Stidham can play. Peter King does say that he thinks a veteran will come in and compete or somebody. I agree. Peyton likes Baker a lot, but Baker's going to require more money after the bounce-back season he's had. Again, he runs an offense in the pocket better than Russell does. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Russell Wilson wants to screw the Broncos. Man, stink just shit all in Russell Wilson's Cheerios. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.